Good morning, students. I, Professor P.P. Dudmani, welcome you for the today's session. In this session, we are going to discuss about Module 1, that is Introduction and Basic Materials Used in Foundry. In the earlier lecture, we had discussed about course objectives, course outcomes, and syllabus of the subject. In this session, we are going to study about introduction, about casting and the materials which are involved in the foundry section. So basically, to as I said in the earlier class, manufacturing. What is manufacturing? A manufacturing is a process where a raw material is converted into a finished product or a finished goods. To convert that a raw material into finished goods, we are going across various a process. Those process may be a casting process, or it may be a forming process, or it may be a machining process, or it may be a welding process. By using these all process, we can manufacture a product. That product may be any product. So here you can see in the slide, here it shows input we are going to give to the manufacturing process, and that input we are converting into output. It means we are using a raw material. For example, a iron. We are using this iron, and the manufacture process we are using here is example casting. By using this casting, one product we are manufacturing, that's by using this iron uh, as a raw material, and by using a casting process we are forming a product called any part, any part, any automobile part. So once we convert this raw material into any automobile part by using this process, by casting process, so that is a manufacturing process. So now here it is very important to know what is exactly the casting, how that cast, by how this process we are uh, following to convert a raw material into finished product. Various steps are involved in a casting process to manufacture this raw material into finished product. In the same way, you can see here, this is a manufacturing process. The manufacturing process, there are many types of manufacturing process you can see. One is, as I said, it is a casting process, and one is a forming process, and one is the machining process, and one more is the welding process. These are the some most popularly using a manufacturing process. By using these manufacturing processes, we can convert any raw material into finished goods for our applications. In this subject, we are mainly focusing on casting and welding. Particularly in module 1, we are just focusing on casting process, how the casting is converting a raw material into finished goods, which are the steps it is following to convert that raw material into finished goods. That is all about in this module 1, and which are the equipments, which are the tools we are able to use to convert a raw material into finished goods. In the slide you can see we are giving a raw material to the casting process, and we are able to find a finished goods. We are able to get a finished goods. The basic definition they are given here: the conversion of raw materials to a useful end product. As I already said, here the manufacturing process are casting, machining, forming, welding, etc. These are the manufacturing process. The steps involved in conversion of raw material is processing. What are the steps we follow to convert any raw material? That concept they call it as a processing, and mechanism of getting end product is called manufacturing. Once we convert this raw material to a final product, that process we are going to call it as a manufacturing. Now move on to the next slide. Now, classification of manufacturing process. As I said in the first slide itself, to convert any raw material, to convert any raw material to finished product, we are using various manufacturing process. One is casting, another is welding, machining, and forming. The forming, which involves rolling process, forging process, extrusion process, wire drying process, and sheet metal process. These are the some most popularly using manufacturing process to convert any raw material into a finished product. Major industries are overall industries. They are completely depend on these four manufacturing process. Either they are use casting, either they use welding, machining process, and a forming process. But depend on the application, depend on the advantages, but depend on the disadvantages, and any economical aspects. By considering these all aspects, they are going to select a particular machining process. It is not mean that they are just focusing on only casting or a forming. It totally depends on the accuracy they required, the cost involved in the process, and the shape involved in the product, or a size involved in the product. By considering these all factors, they are going to select these manufacturing process. Based on these manufacturing process, a raw material can be converted into a finished good. It finally it is about the cost and the precision part they they require. So in this way, they are going to use any manufacturing process. Now move on to the next slide. This manufacturing process basically, which is again classified as primary manufacturing process and secondary manufacturing process. The primary manufacturing process, which are casting and metalworking, and secondly the secondary processing, which involves machining, sheet forming, joining, and surface treatment, rolling, and extrusion. The primary processing, it means there is the first time they are going to perform the operation. They are using a raw material, and to that raw material they are converting into finished goods. So it is a primary operation. The secondary operation means the materials basically which already had got some shape, or already the product had come out. So that product they are using in the secondary level. For example, he can see here, by using casting process, for example, we are using a raw material and we are going to get a product. This is a final product. So this is a one primary process, or a primary process. And this product is still is not satisfied. We are not satisfied with this product. We want to some more improvement, or some more advanced level product we want to get on this. For that purpose, what we are using, we are going with the secondary process. This product or this part we are sending to the secondary level, that is secondary process. In that secondary process, there are again various manufacturing processes we can see. One is here machining, sheet forming, joining, or surface treatment, rolling, extrusion. These are some secondary manufacturing process. By using the secondary manufacturing process, a, one or a first product is can be converted into a second final product. So this is mean how this primary processing are working to convert a raw material into a, a final product, and in the secondary process how the first product is going to be converted into a secondary product. In this way, this primary processing and secondary processing works. Depends on your a requirement. Now let us move on to the next slide. Now we arrived to the main concept called casting. What does that mean, casting? Casting is the process in this a raw material is first is liquefied. That raw material is liquefied in a furnace, and after liquefying that raw material, we are going to pour in a pre-planned molding. So once we pour that raw material or a liquid molten material in the pre-planned mold, then we are allowing that molten metal into solidify. After solidifying, the product is going to taken out and the cleaning will be performed. This process we are going to call it as a casting process. So here in casting basically which involves the steps are, first is pattern making, the second is melting, molding, pouring, solidifying and cleaning. These are the some steps involved in the casting process. Once we follow these all steps systematically in a controlled manner, then we are going to get a very good quality product. This casting process basically they are going to use when the requirement is like the the size, the larger size. When the product is a very big in size in terms of tons, then the casting process is going to be preferred. Such products, the products which are not possible by any other processes, for example uh, a machining process or any forming process or any welding process, by using these processes we are not able to do any a bigger or larger size products. So in such situation we are going to use this casting process. And one more important thing about casting process is, with the larger size and even a complex shapes can also be done with this casting process. So that is the main best thing is about casting process. It doesn't mean that it is only useful for making a large or complex shapes. Even smaller things can also be performed in this casting process. The one more best thing is about casting is it is a fastest route of manufacturing product, and even a small size products can be performed, and even a thin section can be performed. The the thing uh, the bad thing about casting, we can say here, the finishing is not that much acceptable or that much not satisfied. In the sense it is a required secondary operation most of the time. So to get a smooth finish, we are going to follow a secondary process. And even it is very difficult to get a closer tolerance. See, there is some difficulties we can see in the casting process, and the melting is also one of the bigger task. To convert a harder material or a raw material to melt, it is not a easier task. So heavier or higher temperature we need to supply, so that it is going to convert a solid product or a solid raw material into a liquid raw material. Then the process is going to be performed. Now come to the real process, how this casting process is performed. In the In the image you can see here, it is a complete casting process, and the tools which are involved in the casting process you can see. When we are using a casting process, the basic materials we required are tools we required are, one is here you can see the cope and drag. These are the some basic important materials. Apart from that, very important thing is and mold sand. The mold sand is a very important material we are using it in the casting process. The main role of the mold is it is able to give a required shape. It is going to give a main shape once we use the pattern. So the cavity is going to get with this with the help of this mold. It is also one of the very important material in a casting process. And here you can see this area, it is all filled with the mold sand. And next one is the pattern. The pattern is this. So pattern, it is actually gives us a shape so that we are able to get a similar kind of a product once the casting process completes. The next process is the next material is a core. We are able to use it for making a whole kind of things in the products. And other tools we can see here, this is a gas vent, a riser, a pouring cup, these and runner and sprue. These are the some tools we can see in the casting process. So how it performs basically, in this slide we are just we are understanding the basic concept. In the coming slides we are going to discuss more deep deeply about the casting processes and about patterns, about molding science, about cope, drag, and other important parts of the casting process. Now let me clear how this casting process works. once Once we use this raw material, a iron for example, we are using this raw material iron. It is, in the beginning it is a solid iron, and that solid iron, what we are doing, we are taking that into a furnace. We are taking that into a furnace, and we are heating the iron rod or iron, a solid raw material. Once we heat it, once we heat this iron, it is going to convert into a liquid material. Now that liquid material pouring in the we are going to pour in the pouring cup. In the pouring cup, here you can see this is the product shape we are required to obtain. Now the liquid material the liquid material the liquid material is pouring from this pouring cup, and following with the runner, it is able to fill this entire area. So once this liquid molten fills, it is able to rise here in the riser. Then we are able to understand the cavity has been filled. Now the next step is, after filling this entire cavity, solidification. We have to make it cool so that a liquid is going to become a harder material or harder product. For that, cooling is necessary. So after after filling this liquid metal into the molten into the mold cavity, we are allowing it to cool for certain time. After that solidification takes place, and later later the step is to take out this entire product outside, and that product we are sending it for the cleaning or a fettling. So in the after cleaning, the product is ready for the application wherever necessary. In this way, this casting process basically works. In the beginning, we are going to use a pattern making. The pattern making, as I said, it is going to give a final shape of the product, and that pattern we are going to keep it inside the mold sand, and that mold sand is able to give the shape of the final product. So the next step is to remove that pattern outside, and the the next step is to pour the molten metal inside that cavity, and the next to be followed is solidification process. And once the solidification is done, we are taking the product out, and we are sending it out for the cleaning section. So in this way, this casting process is going to work. Okay. In the same way, yeah, in the coming session, we would be discussing just how the remaining manufacturing process works as compared to the casting process. I mean, how the farming process is basically going to manufacture a product, how the machining process is able to manufacture any product, and how the welding process is going to form a final product. After discussing this, the other important parts of the foundry we are going to study about pattern making, about what is a sand molding, what is metal molding. Those all things we would be discussing on coming session. Hope most of the basic concept about casting process is cleared in this session. If you have any doubts, you can contact me or you can comment me. Thank you.